Is President Trump on defense over the plunging and volatile economy? This story keeps kicking. America's largest companies are down, all of them in the market since the Trump tariff war began. It's a swift toll that we've seen first on Wall Street, trillions wiped out in days. But it is heading for Main Street, and I'm going to show you why tonight, because we're seeing new indications from big box stores to malls, and we know it's coming for Main Street for a few reasons. I always try to give you the evidence, show you why we know what we think we know, and here it is. First, there's detailed data on the inventories and supply chains. So it shows when American stores will be running out of these products, many of which have some foreign ingredient in them, and they're running out of what was purchased before the tariff war began. Second, some of America's largest companies track all of this because it's their whole business and expertise. This is what they do, so they're all over it. And they are now formally warning about the coming Trump slump any way they can, which includes what I'm about to show you, the largest employer in America, Walmart, which has over 1.5 million employees. They employ more Americans than any other company. And the Walmart chief just joined an attempted Trump tariff intervention, along with the CEOs of the other huge retailers, Target and Home Depot, to privately warn Trump that his tariffs, let's take this in full, I want people to be able to see this, his tariffs, you can read along, the tariff and trade policy will not only disrupt supply chains and raise prices, it will lead to empty shelves. Now, that's big. If people were upset over, say, high prices during the inflation years that we had, imagine high prices and basic products also being wiped out, echoing the empty shelf panic of the pandemic that we all remember in Trump's first term. Well, empty shelves are an unpopular outcome. It impacts people's lives, their ability to plan. You end up having to go other places, spend more gas money. You know the drill. It will also, obviously, if it happens again, impact Trump's political approval. Now, when could these empty shelves hit? The disruptions could land, again, let's see the whole thing. The Trump disruptions could become noticeable in 2 weeks. I'll just tell you at home, I want that big on your screen because it's one of those little sets of words that will matter a lot if it happens in 2 weeks. Today it's in Axios. Today it's on, of course, television news covering the markets or the economy or the politics. But a heck of a lot more Americans are going to notice if in 2 weeks from tonight, their shelves are bare at all the Walmarts around the country. It's sobering. It's also foreseeable based on what so many economists and conservative allies have been telling the White House. Sobering for a Trump administration that keeps trying to claim the trillions lost in the trade war are just temporary pain, but it will lead, soon enough, they have said, to better results, which certainly means something other than COVID-style empty shelves. Now, the warning I just mentioned, this private meeting with the president, is the runway for Trump edging back to a pattern that he's repeated. Trump is a self-proclaimed trade warrior who often breaks Tom Petty's first law, don't back down. And also, by the way, Sun Tzu's teaching that the true warrior only fights battles he's already won, which simply means you assess the opponent and resources first so that you don't pick losing battles. That would be a different approach, say, than firing off economic shots at China if it's in a battle you can't ultimately win, one that even your own team has been admitting is a set of unsustainable tariffs. So that is the runway for this Trump-induced whiplash hitting Wall Street right now. Investors eyeing what they call the Trump tax of these tariffs, and now the Trump cost of uncertainty, while hoping the president will end the back and forth once and for all and finally maybe just cave.
This make or break hour begins with the ongoing market volatility taking investors on yet another ride today.
It's been a really rough road. There's been so much volatility, Adam. And I think that investors are tired. Like Ryan says, they want clarity.
It doesn't get rid of the volatility. Some days up 1,000, some days down 1,000, depending on what's coming out of the White House.
How are you feeling today?
I feel like I need a neck brace. The volatility has been insane.
Insane volatility. Now, every economy faces some inevitable volatility, but these experts, many of whom, by the way, lean towards conservative views on policy, see Trump as the cause of this avoidable volatility. Fox News' sister outlet, the Wall Street Journal, has declared Trump's tariffs now the greatest economic threat. It's a bad report card for the first 100 days. Over on actual Fox TV, where they first downplayed the market's plunge, they avoided even showing a stock ticker on those big crash days. Well, now there are more voices saying trade wars are bad and the administration's briefings are straining credibility.
Trade wars don't have a lot of history of working out very well for any party who's involved in it.
If you come up every other day, yeah, we just had a great call with so-and-so and these guys, and it starts to take away credibility. It starts to smack of desperation.
Credibility fading, desperation coming out of the White House. And I can remind you some of the other indications we've heard. Peter Navarro, the trade advisor, and others said they had dozens of deals, up to 90 deals in the works. If that were true, you would expect some of those deals to be announced, especially from such a PR-focused administration. We're still at zero. No announced deals. What we are announcing, what we are covering, what we are hearing is this talk of unsustainability, or people around Trump basically trying to give the markets some sort of cold comfort, some sort of hope was the word of the day yesterday. I showed you that in headlines if you happen to catch the news last night. And then these leaks and these indications that Trump will eventually back down, almost trying to will him towards the reality that the markets say is needed, that Walmart says he has about 2 weeks left to decide on, or we get empty shelves. Here's a quote. Tariffs could come down to between 50 and 65%. That would be slashing Trump's big China tariffs to, quote, de-escalate a trade war that has not gotten the United States or the administration anything so far. That's the Wall Street Journal quoting a White House official. Politico, referring to Trump's past explanation when he backed down partially, and saying another case of the yips taken together, it marks Trump's biggest economic climb down since the last one. Another indication of just how badly most of this stuff is landing. You can remember Trump did retreat on the reciprocal tariffs, camouflaging that in a 90-day pause, and backed down on his attacks against the Fed chair. They were beefing only because the Fed chair had made accurate points about the cost of tariffs. So there has been some retreating, but many of the key tariffs are still in place. There are no trade deals yet announced. And because this is starting as a market story, as I'm telling you tonight, we are, according to the big box retailers, 2 weeks away from it being a story that everyone's going to wake up to in a very, very literal way in their grocery stores, in their malls, in their big box stores. But right now, we're hearing more from the market folks who catch this stuff first. Here's a billionaire investor, Ken Griffin. And he says, what Trump is doing has tarnished the American brand.
The American brand, right? The United States was more than just a nation. It's a brand. It's a universal brand, whether it's our culture, our financial strength, our military strength. America rose beyond just being a country. It was like an aspiration for most of the world. And we're eroding that brand right now.
There's another brand here, which involves, of course, the business billionaire, richest guy in the world who's been tasked to do so much for the Trump administration, Elon Musk. And that's also eroding. We've seen a real backlash as people have started to understand how he is trying to do his version of pseudo-governing. And you can only call it pseudo because he didn't commit to what others do in giving up business interests or devoting himself to the public interest. He wants to do both. He wants to run his companies and parachute into different agencies and make big sweeping changes. So how's that going? Well, the new polling shows 47% of Americans view Tesla negatively, compared to only about a quarter positive. Half have a negative view of Musk, much, much higher negatives than positives. And Musk's power has been clipped a little. We were told in a cabinet meeting that leaked in the Times that Trump was pulling him back from some roles. Today, NBC reporting Musk got into a shouting match with the Treasury Secretary in the White House recently, clashing over who would really call the shots at the IRS. Musk has said he's going to reduce his role in this kind of work. And Tesla has seen a 70% drop in sales and its overall market value. I showed you the top 500 companies down, say, about 12%. Well, Tesla's faring worse. Down 41% means about half of the entire stocks value, the company value, has been wiped out since inauguration. Many investors and analysts say partly related to Musk trying to do it all, but not doing any job particularly well. Many Americans voting with their wallets. They say they will never buy Teslas again, and it is a consumer-facing product. We're seeing related anger at the town halls.
My concern right now, and I think I speak for a lot of Americans, is Elon Musk.
I'm worried about the power that Elon Musk has been given without any kind of election.
Are you willing to use your subpoena power to say, Musk, come in here, stand in front of Congress, and answer some hard questions? Are you going to subpoena him at some point?
Elon Musk and Doge have been authorized by the President of the United States.
Can we count on you to go back to Washington and demand immediate oversight into Doge and Elon Musk?
We do have an internet where people can find just about anything really fast. We have news, we have television news, you have YouTube, right? But it still takes time for big things to sink in. Sometimes people come up to me and they ask, does anyone care? Is anyone upset? Is this all just okay with people? Well, I just showed you in data of the whole country and in examples in the town halls and in all the other indications we have, no, it's not okay with people. There was a close election. They promised to do certain things. Among those promises were get prices under control and just help the economy go boom. Well, it went boom in a very different way, boom to bust. And now this is sinking in, and we're still weeks away from the very, very real crescendo that you could see in stores if, according to Walmart and other big, again, conservative leaving institutions, unless Trump backs down further on the tariffs.